Hi, I'm Dr. Luigi Groton, Vice President of Nutrition Education, your host for the Herbalife Nutrition Education Program. Welcome to a new module, Nutrition and Heart Health, where we'll learn about how the heart works, its nutritional needs, and maintaining heart and circulation health. In the first lesson, we'll look at the heart's functions, its construction, and its parts, and how to keep heart vessels healthy. First, why is the heart so important? It's because the body's cells take in oxygen in energy and release carbon dioxide, which is a type of gas. And it's the heart that pumps blood to and from the lungs to perform this task. The heart's valves contract with each beat, allowing blood into its chambers and pumping blood to and from tissues and organs. And here's an interesting fact. The heart is the only organ that feeds blood to itself. Let's get more details about heart health in Lesson 1. Welcome back to the Herbalife Nutrition Education Program. During this module, we will learn about the heart. In this lesson, we'll take a look at the basics. Let's get started. The cells of the body take up oxygen and release carbon dioxide, just as your car uses gasoline to get the energy to drive. Then, it puts out exhaust through the exhaust pipe. Human cells need a way to take in the oxygen they need together with nutrition, just as a car needs gasoline to mix with air in order to get the energy to run. Then, they need a way to exhaust their carbon dioxide as gas through the lungs. Did you know? When attempting to locate their heart, most people place their hand on their left chest. But actually, your heart is located in the center of your chest between your lungs. The bottom of the heart is tipped to the left, so you feel more of your heartbeat on the left side of your chest. You feel your heart beating in your chest when it expands, filling with blood. The heart pulls back as the heart muscle squeezes to pump blood around the body and to the lungs. From the moment it begins beating until the moment it stops, the human heart works tirelessly. Like a pumping machine, the heart provides the power needed for life. This organ supplies blood and oxygen to all parts of the body. The heart is located in the chest cavity, just behind the breastbone between the lungs. During this lesson, we'll learn how this life-sustaining power is created. Did you know? The heart beats over 37 million times every year, nearly 3 billion times over a lifetime of 80 years. More than 1,500 gallons, or 6,000 liters, of blood are pumped daily. The heart is the only muscle that provides its own blood supply, and the shortest trip to the heart muscles takes only a few seconds. The trip to the toes takes over a minute. Oxygenated blood circulates all around the body via the arteries. After the tissues use the oxygen, the blood coming from the cells is carried in the veins back to the heart. The arteries and veins run next to each other in the arms, legs, and core of the body. This diagram shows how the heart can provide oxygen-rich blood to the body. Step 1 shows the heart pumping blood to all the cells and tissues of the body. The arrow is red, indicating that this blood is oxygen-rich. Step 2 is the release of oxygen-poor blood from the cells that have removed the oxygen and used it to provide energy to the cells. This blood, shown in the blue arrow, is returned to the heart. In step 3, the heart pumps this blue blood to the lungs, where it picks up oxygen carried in the air you breathe in. The red blood is then returned to the heart and pumped out to the body. How can the heart pump both blue and red blood at the same time? In the next slide, we'll show you how the heart accomplishes this task. Here is how the heart is able to pump both red and blue blood. The heart has two sides, right and left. The right side pumps blue blood from the heart to the lungs. The left side pumps red oxygen-rich blood to the whole body. Since the left side has to do so much more work, the left heart wall is thicker than the right. Just like your kitchen sink controls the flow of water into your sink, the valves of the heart control the flow of blood. What is amazing about these valves is that they close just in time as the pressure of the blood builds up in each part of the heart. Just imagine the billions of times these valves open and close in your lifetime. Did you know that there is a reason why the heart is associated with love and emotion? The ancient Egyptians believed that both intelligence and emotion were based in the heart, while the Chinese believed that the heart was the source of happiness. It was only in the 1700s that the heart was discovered to be the organ that pumps blood around the body. A heartbeat may seem like a simple, repeated event, but it's a complex series of very precise and coordinated events that take place inside and around your heart. Nerves connected to the heart regulate the speed with which the muscle contracts. The average heart muscle contracts and relaxes about 70 to 80 times per minute without you ever having to think about it. This is because the heart muscle conducts an electric current that coordinates all its movements. As the muscle is stimulated to contract, it pushes blood through the chambers and into the vessels. Then it relaxes. Both the contraction and relaxation are electrical events that you can see on an electrocardiogram, as shown on this slide. When you run, your heart pumps more quickly. When you sleep, your heart pumps more slowly. Did you know that the heart beats faster in infants and children than in adults? The heart's rate when you are a baby is about 120 beats per minute. As you grow, your heart rate slows. A 7-year-old child's heart beats about 90 times per minute. By the age of 18, the heart rate is about 70 beats per minute. This is because in babies and children, a higher percentage of their body weight is made up of active organs such as the liver, brain, and the lungs. Their heart must beat more quickly to pump the same amount of blood as a larger heart. As children grow, they add muscles and fat, which require less blood flow. Each of the 37 million heartbeats per year is related to 37 million electrical impulses. That is why it is very important that your heart works properly to control your heartbeats. When the heart does not have enough oxygen, the heart rhythm can change, affecting how much blood is pumped to the body. If the heart stops, there will not be enough oxygen to keep the body alive. Since the heart is the only organ in the body that provides its own blood flow and oxygen, it is important to keep the tiny vessels of the heart healthy. That way, there will be enough oxygen to keep the heart functioning at its best. Did you know? The heart can continue to beat after it is removed from the body as long as it has the right nutrients and water surrounding it. The electrical activity in the heart allows the heart muscle to contract for days when kept in a solution providing carbohydrates, minerals, and other nutrients. This is because the heart muscle can stay alive for days under the proper conditions. This special property makes it easier to transport hearts long distances for heart transplantation surgery. Most of the blood in your body is carried in tiny blood vessels called capillaries. The red blood reaches all of the cells of the body through these capillaries and flows back to the heart through the tiny vessels called venules. Tiny muscles control the flow of blood to the cells through these tiny vessels. In the next lesson, you will learn how an amazing nutrient can support blood flow through these tiny vessels. Tiny valves made of smooth muscle cells control the flow, just as the faucet in a sink allows water to flow. The tiny capillaries in the heart and all around the body control blood flow. We need to care for both the blood vessels in the heart to keep it functioning and the tiny blood vessels all over the body that feed our cells. Your nutrition is extremely important in supporting the health of these tiny blood vessels. Did you know that the blood vessels fed by your heart are more than 60,000 miles long? Most of this length is in the tiniest vessels in your body. They could wrap around the world twice. Good work! You've completed another lesson in the Herbalife Nutrition Education program. During the next lesson, we'll learn about nitric oxide and the heart. See you at the next meeting.